Good morning, class. Let's start the topic chemical properties of the metal. Right. So first, we will just briefly will see that what property we will read in this video. First one, when metal react with oxygen, what they form? Metallic oxide. When metal react with water, then what they form? They form metal hydroxide. Right. Or sometime oxide plus evolution of hydrogen gas. Then metal, when they react with dilute form of the acid, then they form metallic salt and hydrogen. Metal, when they react with chlorine, they form the metal chloride. Fine, class. So let's start with the next, and one by one, that how metals react, right? So here we can see first, that is reaction with oxygen. What we can see? Reaction with oxygen. So, dear, what happened? Actually, metals, when they react with oxygen, they form metallic oxides, right? And how we will get to know that these metallic oxides are basic in nature? For that, what we have to do, when we get the metallic oxide, then that metallic oxide, either we have to make a solution of that metallic oxide, means we can mix it in the water and make the solution of metallic oxide. Okay, and then we will test it with the litmus paper. Fine. So what happen in this, as we add this metallic oxide in the water, then they convert into the metallic hydroxide. And when we test this metallic hydroxide with the help of litmus paper, then we will get the color change, and that proves that yes, metallic oxide are basic in nature. For example, we are taking burning of magnesium ribbon. Magnesium, it is a metal. When it burn means always in the presence of oxygen. So here you can see the reaction, Mg plus O2 gives MgO. This 2 to balance this reaction. Okay, balancing of the reaction is another thing. So what we are getting? We are getting MgO. Okay, class, this is magnesium oxide. Then now we have to do this magnesium oxide. When we mix with the water, what we are getting? Magnesium hydroxide, that is a base. What is the characteristic feature? How will you identify this is the base? By the formula. If in that formula OH is present, means that is the base. So if any metallic oxide, we add it with the water, they form corresponding base. And this proves that yes, metallic oxides are basic in nature. So this is one of the characteristic or chemical property. Second chemical property, reaction with water, right? So dear, different metal react differently with the water. Water may be cold, may be hot, may be in their steam form. So metals accordingly, they react with the different forms of water. Here some equations has been given. When the metal react with water, they form metallic hydroxide, okay, and sometimes metallic oxides, and then they just produce hydrogen gas. Okay, class. So for example, if I am taking the first equation, that is sodium plus water, what they form? Metallic hydroxide, means NaOH plus evolution of gas, that is hydrogen. The sign which I have made, it shows that this is the gas. Okay, I'll show in the next slide that how will you prove that the gas which is producing is hydrogen. That also I'll show, right? So sodium and potassium, you can see the first two metals. Actually, one of the property of these two metals, that they react violently with the cold water. With which water they react? With the cold water. Fine, with the cold water they react, right? And what they form? Sodium hydroxide, and they release hydrogen. Or very suddenly, as you will expose it, they catches fire. So this is the one of the example that yes, metal like sodium and potassium, they react vigorously with the water and catches fire. Second, you can see third equation of calcium. It react with water and form calcium hydroxide, right? And it also react with the cold water, but it's not so vigorous. What happen, as it react with the water, it start floating on the water. Why? Because as it react with the water, it start producing hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas stick with its calcium metal surface and make it lighter, and then calcium metal start floating on the water. Next is aluminium, iron. These metal, when they react with water, they form oxides. You can see they form oxides and releasing the hydrogen gas. And generally they react with the steam form of the water. Which form of the water? Steam form. Okay. And see the last line, metals like lead, copper, silver and gold, they do not react with water. That's why they are the low reactive metal. Okay class, they are the low reactive metal. Fine class. So this is all about that how metals react with the water in the different form of water. Fine class. So let's move to the next activity. It's activity time. Dear, in this activity you can see what actually I want to show you, that how metal react with the steam. For this purpose, what I have taken a metal sample, any metal, or most probably it may be the magnesium ribbon. Okay, and what I have done, glass wool soaked in the water. वूल फॉर्म में ग्लास आता है, तो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर जस्ट पुटिंग इट इन, सोक्ड इट इन द वाटर, and in this test tube, in the horizontal test tube, we put like these two substances and we start heating it. And this test tube mouth is attached with the delivery tube, and this delivery tube sinks in a beaker filled with the water and one inverted funnel on it. So as we'll invert the funnel on it, then a little bit water will fill in this. Okay, then after reaction will start, what will happen? See, as it start heating, the water which is soaked by the glass wool will convert it into the vapors. These vapors will start moving in the test tube, and this metal start reacting with this vapor. As they will react, they must be form some hydroxides, as well as they will release the gas. That gas will move through this delivery tube. As it enter into the water, there will be the bubbling. Okay, as the water will just down, this gas has been filled up. How will you test? As we'll just open this inverted test tube and bring a burning splinter or burning candle near the mouth of this test tube, then it will burn with the pop sound. P-O-P, pop sound. It is the characteristic feature of the hydrogen gas, that it burns with the pop sound. Okay class, so this is all about the activity, that yes, metal produces hydrogen gas when they react with the steam form of the water. Fine class. Now come to the next, reaction with dilute acid. Metal generally react with the dilute form. Dilute means the acid in which only 10% acid and 90% water, that is diluted form. And what they form in this also, they form the salt, corresponding salt. Okay, what they form? They form the corresponding salt with evolution of the hydrogen gas. Okay, there are so many examples: magnesium, aluminum, zinc, or Fe, iron. These are the symbol of the metal: magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron. And which acid we have taken? HCl means hydrochloric acid. When they react with each other, they form this much salts, and what they release? Hydrogen gas, right? And this actually, if I'll talk about that how they react, so it is depend on their reactivity series, which I'll discuss further in the next slide. Okay, but copper, silver and gold, they do not react with the dilute HCl. That's why they are the low reactive elements. Always remember, copper, silver, gold, they do not react. That's why most of the kitchen containers, utensils, we are just made up of these metals like copper, silver, gold. Okay, again the activity time, activity to show that hydrogen is produced when metal react with dilute acid. What we have taken? A beaker in which we have put some zinc granule metal, okay, and dilute HCl, and again one delivery tube. As the metal react with this dilute acid, it start producing a gas. This gas through delivery tube start producing, will bring a burning candle near the mouth of that, and this burning candle start burning with a pop sound. This proves that yes, the gas which is producing is hydrogen gas. Now the most important thing you all have to just learn, cram. For this there is some numerics like this is the reactivity series you have to cram. Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead try learning how copper saves gold. This is a very good numerics you can easily learn. Please P potassium, stop S sodium, calling Ca calcium, me magnesium, A aluminum, careless carbon, G zebra, J zinc, instead I triton, lead, how hydrogen. The above side of the hydrogen all are the most reactive elements, and downside of the hydrogen these all are the less reactive elements. So you have to cram this. But why I am showing this reactivity series to you? For which purpose? So that you can learn. And one thing you have to remember, this is very important for your displacement reaction. One thing remember, that potassium can displace sodium from its solution, calcium can displace it, and potassium can displace all. Means to say, as you will move up, reactivity will increases, and the most reactive metal can displace its low reactive metal from its salt solution. Don't worry, I am going to show you some equation and examples also. Fine class. So let's move the displacement reactions. What do you mean by displacement? As the name indicate, you must displacing something. But what you are displacing? You are displacing the less reactive metal from its own salt solution by the high reactive element. For example, you can take the example magnesium plus copper sulfate. Means suppose you are taking the copper sulfate blue color solution and put some magnesium in it. Means you can dip the magnesium ribbon in the copper sulfate solution. What will you observe? You will observe that magnesium, it has displaces the copper from its salt solution. यहाँ देखो copper separated out, displaced, and what is formed? Magnesium sulfate. ऐसे zinc plus copper sulfate, zinc is highly reactive. If you'll see in the reactivity series, zinc is highly reactive. See, here you can see that magnesium has easily displaces copper. Magnesium has easily displaces copper क्योंकि copper is least reactive, magnesium is highly reactive, right? So the metals from its lower, they can displace them from their salt solution. Okay class, so I was telling you about this, that how they have displaced. Zinc can displace copper from the copper sulfate solution and form the zinc sulfate, copper again. Iron can easily displace copper from the copper sulfate solution, FeSO4, and copper is removed, and there is a change in the color also. You can see in the diagram. When you put the iron nail in the copper sulfate solution, so the copper sulfate solution is of blue color. When you dip the iron nail in this, then after some time iron nail get rusted. You can see the reddish brown deposition on the iron nail, and the solution color also change. It's convert into a green color. Now for you, one exercise is there. You all have to do and directly write in your copy these equation and send it on my personal window. What are these? See, some equations for you. You have to solve and send it to me. What will happen when copper sulfate react with zinc? Copper sulfate plus iron, zinc sulfate plus copper, FeSO4 plus Cu, ZnSO4 plus Fe. Fine class, you all have to go through this and give me answer. Till then, bye bye. Thank you so much.